What's up, guys? Matt Knight for the Fantasy Football Extravaganza Week 3 recap. Now, before we get into the players and before we get into looking ahead to Week 4, if you guys watched the Alt Vault with Terry Carr, which is also here on the website at grockradio.com, she had a little something to say about the hotmen of alternative rock. Can we go back a little bit and see what she had to say real quick?
There are a lot of hot guys in alternative rock. Say there's Murray till midnight? No. He's not a hot guy of alternative. There's always Matt Knight. No, he's not a hot guy of alternative either. These guys are ruining the hot men of alternative segment.
Okay. That being said, you see Terry thinks she's funny. She thinks she's cute and all that. And all the guys who listen to the radio station, they say, "Oh, cute Terry, we want to meet cute Terry." Well, we have obtained, you see, I have a mole on the inside that she has no idea about. We've obtained some amazing photographs of Terry trying to start out a Giants cheerleading camp. See that? That's what it's all about right there. That picture right there, that is the sexy women of alternative rock, and not so sexy with the cheerleading, but I digress. It's always fun to counter-strike. Be careful, Terry, because there's always a way to come back to you. Regardless, I move on. I get into the stats this week. Kevin Curtis, Philadelphia Eagles. I was going to say Phillies, but that's the wrong sport. Philadelphia Eagles, Kevin Curtis had a week like none other. 221 yards, 11 catches, 3 touchdowns, and he's their third wide receiver. Is it going to happen again? Doubtful. Did you have him this week? You made a lot of points, like our winner, but I'll get into that a little bit. Kevin Curtis, number 1 guy. Brian Westbrook, staying with the Philadelphia Eagles game. 14 carries, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 5 catches for 111 yards and a touchdown there. He got hurt a little bit. Suffered an abdominal strain, so you may want to keep your eye out for the situation on whether or not he plays this week, because he's expecting to play against the Giants primetime game Sunday night, division game. He says he's going to play. Just keep your eye out if you're looking at Brian Westbrook. Ronnie Brown, if you listened to me last week, you said Ronnie Brown was going to be a huge bust. That's what I said. I'm completely wrong. If you have zero faith in me, good job, because you just scored big points with Ronnie Brown. 23 carries for 112 yards, 2 touchdowns, 6 catches, 99 yards in the touchdown. Just a big week for Ronnie Brown, so don't listen to me ever again. Just go on with your day. Week 3 duds. Not so good for Larry Johnson. You would expect that he was the number 4 overall running back for the league. This week, 24 carries, 42 yards, no touchdowns. The Chief offensive line is awful. He's just having a rough go at it. He's got San Diego next week, which is a tough defense, so you may just want to go and leave him as a second running back. Mark Bulger for St. Louis Rams, another horrible week. He's got no offensive line, 3 interceptions, 116 yards, no touchdowns. Just an awful week for Mark Bulger. He's probably worth a second quarterback look, but there's definitely other options out there. Look for somebody else. Drew Brees for the New Orleans Saints, just an awful week. Another 4 interceptions, which puts him at 1 touchdown, 4 interceptions, 7 interceptions for the year for this week. And it's looking like last year was a fluke. They were all under the lights with Katrina. Everybody was watching New Orleans. Everybody was trying to get their backing for them, supporting them after the hurricane. But this year's starting to look like they're back down to earth a little bit. They're 0-3. Drew Brees probably not even worth a second look right now. But you're going to get him cheap. If you think he's going to come around, probably a good look to check out Drew Brees this week. Some players to watch for Week 3. Who knew Brett Favre was back? He's playing like he's 25 years old again, breaking record after record after record. This past week, just a monster game, 3 more touchdowns. He tied Dan Marino's record for touchdown passes. He's probably going to break it this week. He's a pretty good matchup against Week 4 with the Minnesota Vikings. You may want to take a look at him for a player to watch. Vincent Jackson, San Diego Chargers. He's a monster. I think this is going to be his breakout week. He was a little bit slow to start everything off the first 3 weeks. He came out this week, 99 yards and a touchdown. He played against Green Bay. They have a tough defense. So for him to get into the end zone, and LaDainian Tomlinson's kind of off to a slow start, they're going to look to toss the ball a little bit. Week 4, San Diego has a pretty nice matchup there. Kansas City, probably worth a look at third receiver. Willie Parker, he's going to get 25 carries a game. He's with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's probably a top 10 running back. You're looking at him to get 125 yards. That's what he's averaging right now, 125 yards per game. He's got the touchdowns. He's getting the points done. Week 4, he's got a pretty decent matchup against Arizona. He's a beast. Keep your eye out for him. Week 3's winner, Team Slorgs, which is a fabulous team name, by the way. Team Slorgs is the winner for week number 3, beating out the Cans of Fury by 1 point. It was a 1-point game this week. And he had Kevin Curtis. So what do you know, Slorgs? What do you know that we don't know that you're taking Kevin Curtis for week 3? What are you doing? but it's a smart move. You got the gift certificate for Lori and Me Sports Memorabilia. That's in Colts Neck. Our overall leader, by the way, is the Boca Raton Bad Boys, who, if you've been reading my blog, I've been talking about his mommy a little bit, but he's all of a sudden the overall leader after 3 straight weeks. Boca Raton Bad Boys, keep your eye out for them. They're beast. Who knew? My buddy Colin. Who knew? Also want to thank the Sawmill Cafe in Seaside Park for sponsoring and powering the Matt Knight Fantasy Football Extravaganza every week. $2 Miller Lights, Miller Chills, all on Sundays. You can go check out the games, check out your players in action. Thank you to Chris Wolf and the crew over at Sawmill for that. Terry, be careful on your all-fault next week, because we're watching every single week at the Matt Knight Fantasy Football Extravaganza. I'll see you guys after week 4.